Boom, big right leg kick. Let's go, Olives. Let's go. Oh, big right. Let's go. Yes. Let's go, Olives. Finish him, baby. Everybody's talking that smack like Oliveira's done. Come on, Olives. Big right. Let's go. Step in there, ref. Couple hammer fists. Step in there, ref. Step in there, ref. Step in there. Let's go. Let's go. Yes.
You're watching the Community MMA.
Kalang doing a good job so far with the jab. Keeping his distance, but Zahabi, obviously with the power at any time, could cash in. So 50 seconds into this fight now. And Zahabi not throwing a lot. Looks like he's just timing it up for that one big pop. But Ori Kalang. Oh, a big left! Zahabi put his hands up. He's got to keep fighting. And he does, and it's over. Dang. Big left hand by Amanda Zahabi. And I don't know that a lot of people saw this coming. Aori Kalang, a pretty good fighter. You see the crowd on their feet. They're pumped. And man, Zahabi's going to get the big win here in front of the Canadian crowd, and they're pumped up. And look at Aori Kalang. He thinks the fight's just starting. Wow. And Aori Kalang, like, put his hands up like he thought the fight was starting. That's crazy. But they sit him down. They're going to work on him. He's going to be fine. But, man, you see this. He kind of whiffs on the big right, and then boom with the left. Yeah. And see, when he throws the right, the hands of Kalang drop, and then he gets dropped. And this fight is over. So, Ayman Zahabi lifts the crowd up here with a big win. He gets a standing ovation. And you see the big left in multiple angles. He puts his hand up. And really, the ref could have jumped in. I think that's why Zahabi didn't continue fighting. But nonetheless, he's going to get a big win here, man, over Aori Kalang at UFC 289. Diana Belbita and Maria Oliveira heading to a decision. But this is going to go down as a win for Diana Belbita. I mean, she is going to win this in dominating fashion. Landed 106 significant strikes to 64, so not even close there. Head strikes 71 to 45. Now, Oliveira did have 2 takedowns with 4 minutes of control compared to 1 for Diana Belbita, but at the same time, the significant strikes were overpowering. Total strikes 154 to 85 as they both come together. Yeah, it's going to be unanimous. So 30 to 27 on 2, 29-28 on the third. So Oliveira at least got one judge to give her a round, but Belbita's going to win this thing to move to 15-7 women's strawweight division, UFC 289. David Dvorak and Steven Erceg headed to a decision. It should be an interesting one. I mean, you got 54 to 53 in significant strikes for Erceg. I mean, very close, right? 1 significant strike difference. Total strikes exactly even. And then when you get into takedowns, though, it's 3 to 1 for Erceg, and I think that might be the difference in the close round where the strikes are basically even. You get those takedowns, which is really going to be huge in this decision as they come together. And it looks like it's going to be unanimous. Could go either way. Steven Erceg gets the win. 30 to 27 on 1, so wipe that one clean. But the other 2 were 29-28 or 2 rounds to 1. So Steve Erceg gets the big win here over David Dvorak. He's going to move to an impressive 10-1 here in the flyweight division at UFC 289. Kyle Nelson and Blake Bilder going to a decision in a pretty close fight, but I mean, Kyle Nelson pulled away in the end. He pretty much pulled away in each round, if you ask me. He led at 59 to 45 in significant strikes. See, that's still relatively close, but he trailed in total strikes, believe it or not, 84 to 83. Both guys over 2 minutes of control time, no takedowns. So a lot of striking here, a little bit of time in the clinch. When I say a little bit, I mean a whole round. If you add them both up, it's nearly 5 minutes. But these fighters come together. And here come the judges' scorecards. It's going to be unanimous. So 30 to 27 on 2, 29-28 for Kyle Nelson. He's going to move to 14-5-1. The Canadian fighter gets a standing ovation from the crowd, and he's going to win here in the featherweight division at UFC 289. Miranda Maverick and Jasmine Jasudavicius come together for the final decision. As we wait on the judges' scorecards, any second now is very close. Jasmine 67 to 63 in significant strikes. So it was close in that area, but total strikes 115 to 68. So she dominated their head strikes 52 to 33. So Jasmine's going to win this fight. Even had a takedown. So it looked closer than it was. And when you look at the stats, you realize, okay, it wasn't as close as it looked. So Jasmine will likely win this fight. Although it's 29-28 in all three, oh boy, it's going to be unanimous. So, and Jasmine Jasudavicius gets the win. Another Canadian win here on the night. So the crowd's going to like that. She's going to move to 9-2. Miranda Maverick falls to 13-5. Women's flyweight division, UFC 289. Chris Curtis running out of time here. He's got the eye poke. Ooh, and the ref's trying to stop it, and Chris Curtis is begging him not to. But he's only got about a minute and a half left here of the 5. And the ref now saying he's going to have to stop the fight if he can't see out of the eye. So you got this going on. And you've seen a lot of fighters that Chris Curtis is losing this fight, right? You see a lot of fighters that would take the bow out here, but not Chris Curtis. He's trying to fight. That's the bottom line. Chris Curtis is trying to fight, and they're talking about it now. So we'll see what happens. Oh, that's going to be it, man. And it's legitimate. I mean, it's legitimate stoppage. Really, the big deal here is Chris Curtis trying to continue fighting, which he could easily bow out. He's down 57 to 26 in significant strikes. He's given up 3 takedowns. Mavov is dominating here. Oh, okay, it was the headbutt. I thought it was an eye poke before that. Okay, it was the headbutt twice. Because Mavov reached out with the left jab. Then they came in on the headbutt, which I saw, but I didn't think the headbutt would cause a problem to the eye. But it turns out it was the headbutt right on the bone. So this fight's going to come to an end. It's going to be a no contest. So, I mean, that really favors Chris Curtis, right? A lot of time left in this fight, but he was down. Mavov could have a big win over Curtis. Neither guy is going to get the win. Mavov remains 12-4. Chris Curtis remains 30-10. That's how this one goes down at UFC 290. Marc-Andre Barriault and Eric Anders go to a decision. They ended a fight with a roar from the crowd. What a great fight to start the main card here, UFC 289. Middleweight division fight. Here we go. Both fighters together in the center of the octagon. It's going to be unanimous. It's got to be Barriault. 30-27 on all three. Wow. Didn't seem like it was 3-0. Marc-Andre Barriault gets the win. He did it with 102 significant strikes for 67 for Anders. So he pulled away as his fight went on, 62-42 in head strikes. But it was Anders who had over 3 minutes of control. But he landed just 1 out of 11 takedowns. So Barriault with nearly, well, really 90% takedown defense. That's ridiculous. Another Canadian wins here in Vancouver. He moves to 15-6, middleweight division, UFC 289. Dan Ige and Nate Landwehr talking as they come to the center now for the decision. Great fight. Dan Ige dominated the first round. Rounds 2 and 3 were a little closer, but he led 94-69 in significant strikes. That's a story. Here we go. 29-28 on 2, 30-27 on the third. Should be Dan Ige. Dan, 50K, Ige gets the win. And we're back in the win column. 4, 3, and 1 on the night. 3 fights to go. Dan Ige does it. He's going to move to 17-6. Maintains his number 13 contender spot in the tough featherweight division. Nate Landwehr falls, but a great performance. He falls to 17-5. Again, featherweight division, UFC 289. And a nice upkick there by Mike Malott early in round 2. Adam Fuga continues coming forward, though. Ooh, it misses with a big left leg kick. Now both fighters trading kicks. So about 5 kicks to start. A big right and left by Mike Malott. Let's go. Finish him. Oh, he's got it. He locks it in on the ground. Guillotine. Oh, he's got the leg wrapped around. He's in trouble. Fuga's in trouble and he taps. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 3 in a row in the main card. That's what I'm talking about. And the crowd is going crazy for Mike Malott. Another Canadian wins here. Big win. He's going to move to 10-1-1. 19-14 in significant strikes, 2 takedowns, a minute 30 of control. And Mike Malott looks good tonight, landing a lot of leg kicks in the first round. And Adam Fuga tried to hang around, but he took a huge right and a left. Bing, bing. Here we go in slow motion with the right. Bing. Bing. Woo. And he jumps right on the ground and locks it in quickly to finish with the guillotine. So Mike Malott, 10-1-1 here in the welterweight division at UFC 289. Come on, Oliveira, get off your back, man. Dariush in firm control right now on top. And he slams Oliveira. And Oliveira, pulled Dariush down 2 minutes ago and remained on his back ever since. Oh, and a nice up kick. And Oliveira tries to get up. He gets up. Now the crowd's going crazy. A nice knee to the body. Come on, Oliveira. This is your chance. Now Oliveira's got Dariush pinned against the fence. Dariush with the hands wrapped around, but Oliveira gets loose. Here we go, finally. It's been a good 3 minutes since we've been in the stand-up. Boom, big right leg kick. Let's go, Olives. Let's go. Oh, big right. Let's go. Yes. Let's go, Olives. Finish him, baby. Everybody's talking that smack like Oliveira's done. Come on, Olives. Big right. Let's go. Step in there, ref. Couple hammer fists. Step in there, ref. Step in there, ref. Step in there. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Charles Oliveira, first round finish, baby. Over everybody, bro. He's finishing everybody, man. And Islam Makhachev, here we come again. I'll tell you what, he's exciting to watch, man. He is exciting to watch. The former champ is coming. And that, everybody's saying that Dariush is going to dominate Oliveira. I told you Oliveira would dominate him. He's still the best lightweight division fighter outside of Islam Makhachev. But when the crowd is kind of shocked, because everybody expected Dariush to win this, and Charles Oliveira just rocked him. And at one point, Dariush is covering up, and people underestimate the power of Charles Oliveira as he sits atop the octagon, and now the crowd's going crazy. Giving Dubronx his respect. That's what I'm talking about. He's coming. So Charles Oliveira is going to get the win here. He's back. The Brazilian, he's going to move to 34-9 with the first round KO over Beneil Dariush, who falls to 22-5. And his mystique is gone here in the lightweight division at UFC 289. Amanda Nunes and Irene Aldana come to a decision. As we awaited, it's not even going to be close. So Amanda Nunes dominated this fight. The bigger story is whether she'll retire or not. And it looks like she may, because she's going around, gives John Anik a kiss now on the forehead, is talking to Dana White. He's saying thank you. She's talking to some people around the octagon. And all indications are Amanda Nunes is going to retire after this dominating performance against number 6, Irene Aldana. And I think that was the point, right? I mean, we wanted to see the Juliana Pena trilogy. It didn't happen. And why do you fight the number 6 contenders? Because it's your retirement fight. And, man, she put on a show. She didn't get the finish, but absolutely dominated. On average, like 30-10 in significant strikes, round over round. And as we await this final decision and seeing if Nunes is going to retire or not, 147-38 in significant strikes. 7 minutes of control time to none for Aldana. 6 takedowns on 13 attempts. I mean, Nunes did everything Nunes did everything but get the finish. Now Nunes is yelling at someone outside the octagon. I'm not sure who that is, but both fighters finally come to the center. And in a moment we'll hear "and still." And what a way to go out if you're Nunes. Here we go. What a career. 50-44, 50-44, and 50-43. So 2 10-8 rounds on the last judge's scorecard. And still. Yes. Let's go. Dana White puts both belts around her shoulder. And you can tell by the look on Dana White's face. He's like, oh man, we just lost one of the best women in sports history. Forget fighting. Here we go. Daniel Cormier is interviewing her now. And she's saying, hold on. Oh, she wants to take off the gloves, so she's going to retire. Wow. With both belts. And she's cutting the gloves off. She's going to put the gloves on the mat. And that's it. Yep. Amanda Nunes announces her retirement. Wow. Damn. Unbelievable. She's going to finish at 23-5. 2-belt champion. Lost a belt to Juliana Pena. Came back and reclaimed the belt. And then defended it here against Aldana. So she puts the gloves down next to her 2 belts. Slides the belt in, kisses both belts, and that'll be it for Amanda Nunes. What a career. Unbelievable. As she cries now, leaning over the 2 belts, the crowd is cheering Amanda Nunes. And what a career. You go back and she took down Ronda Rousey, then went up and fought Chris Cyborg. Nobody thought she would win that fight. And she KO'd Chris Cyborg. And you could see, like, she's still the best women's fighter, but she's losing that power, that pop. But she can still fight, control fights, and win. But it's the perfect time to retire. So Amanda Nunes goes out 23-5, women's bantamweight division, UFC 289.